Hi, my name's John. Welcome to another Sunday night nightcap. This is the first nightcap of 2021, and I'd just like to take this opportunity to wish all my viewers a happy and prosperous new year. Being as well it's the first Sunday of the month, in fact it's the first Sunday of the year, it's going to be draw time. The prize for this week's draw was a set of drills. I had a nice Doubleboost cup, but I've dropped the bastard and smashed it, but I'm sure my friend Rob from Extreme will send us another one. And there's this Parkside die grinder that is sent us free of charge because I burnt the other one out. If this is won in a foreign country, I'll not post it, I'll send something else because it's 240 volts and it'll cost a fortune to send out. Right, there's nobody here but me, so I'll have to do the draw. Unfortunately, I'm not allowed to have anybody in the garage really. Right, so we're good rush about. Right, there's a one. Got two. Good, that one there. The name I've got here is Bruce Spears. Right, Bruce, all you need to do is send us an email with that address and I'll get that posted off to you as long as you're in the UK. I'm going to do another draw, I'm going to do another monthly draw, it'll be in February. I'm sure the prize is a little bit later on. If you want to enter the draw, all you need to do is send me an email, that's my address up there, and all I need is your name, your full name like John Mills, not just John. Your name goes into here, if it's drawn out you win. Your name's staying here, they're all stopping here forever now until I'm not doing this anymore. These are the prizes for next month's giveaway. There's naturally a set of drills. There'll also be a Doubleboost cup once my friend Rob sends us some new ones. There's that Albright chuck that belonged to my friend Jimmy. I did say I wouldn't just put it in a draw, I'm going to give it away. If somebody wins this and they can't use it or they don't want it, give it to somebody that can. Just don't sell it, please. And of course there's some Doubleboost stickers. I mentioned last week that my dad had spent a bit of time in hospital. He's out of hospital now and he's moving into his new home, which is like basically a full-time care home. So I've got the unenviable task of going through his flat and deciding what we'll keep and what we don't keep, because obviously he can't keep all his possessions. My dad's been a keen modeller. I mean, he was 87-year-old, so you can imagine how much stuff he's actually collected over the years. I've brought some stuff home. He's got a collection of model aero engines. There must be 300 of them. I'm going to show one or two on here. I'm sure I'd be more than delighted to let people have a look. This is just a small glimpse at my dad's aero engine collection. I mean, these were the Taplin Twin. That was the engine to have as a collector. Carburetor for it there. Little tiny one in there as well. Like I say, his collection, there's hundreds of them. I don't quite know what we're gonna do with them, but for the minute, that's safely stored away with me. This always fascinated me. He's had it as long as I remember. It's a pulse jet. I've done a little bit of work with gas turbines. I know how to make it work. It's quite simple. Fuel in there, compressed air there, and a spark. You look inside it. There's some reed valves. Basically, there's no throttle. It's like a Doubleboost engine. Once you light it up, away it goes. It's probably worth quite a lot of money as a collector's item. So I'm really reluctant to start it up. But saying that, I've always wanted to. And see what happens. It really is thin gauge stainless steel, quite nicely welded. It's just, he's always had this. It was one of his favourites. quite a few propellers as well. This is one of the larger ones. A lot of this stuff you'd buy from car boot sales, the same as I've done with a lot of my engineering things. That's a nice prop, that. Something to hang on the wall in the workshop. If you want to see more of my dad's engine collection, just see, and I'll put a couple on each week. I'm sure you'll be delighted to see other people enjoying them. Anyway, getting back to tonight's nightcap. I do something different for a change. Somebody dropped a little Webley senior air pistol in. I take it apart, evaluate it and decide what I'm going to do with that. I hope you find it interesting. In part 2, I've got a little clevers to make as part of that water pump I started making. A little bit of lathe work, forge-jaw chuck work and some work on the milling machine. This turned up at home last week. I'm not quite sure who dropped it off. I didn't get to see them. It's a Webley senior air pistol in 177. And they were wondering if I would like to take it apart and possibly do a bit of a restore on it, because it doesn't work. That's the cock and lever on the barrel there. And it won't cock, it doesn't lock out. So the sear's not engaging. That's one of the problems with it. I've had a look on the internet and I've dated this one late 1940s, certainly post-war. It's not in bad condition considering the age of it. There's quite a lot of rusting and pitting on here. I'm not sure what I'll do with that. Obviously I can't make it like new, but I can certainly improve it. The screws are in good condition because quite often these screws are badly damaged with people using the wrong things to take them apart. And big plug on the end of there, that's normally all gnarled where it says do not remove. So it possibly hasn't been removed. There's a big spring behind there. There's a pin through there, that's actually a nail that's in there. There'll be a proper little pin to go through. And that screw, there's a screw missing from this side. I think it's a locking screw to lock that one into place. So I'm going to take it apart, see what we can find, see what parts are available and what I can make just to get it working again. I used to do a lot of shooting when I was younger, air rifles as well as full bore rifles and muzzle loading guns and things when you weren't classed as an alien. Right, getting back to screws, it's no good poking any old screw into there because you'll damage it. A friend of mine, a gunsmith, used to call them turn screws, not screwdrivers. And what I use are these little ends you get for using in drills. You can't file and grind them to make them fit into the screw. That's a good fit in there. It could be done slightly wider, but it is a good fit in the slot, and that should take that screw out without damaging it, as long as it's not in too tight. Okay, it's not. They look like Bakelite grips. The body of the gun, the whole body is one solid forging. It's not fantastic aluminium, it's not die cast, it's really heavy stuff. That trigger guard's a separate piece, but all this is one part. There's some numbers under here. They're batch numbers. I should be able to get a true record of its age from that. Once again, I've got a good fitting screwdriver. And that should just disconnect from the cocking slot, which it does. There's not that much wear on there, but that pin there, it definitely shouldn't have a bent nail in. See the spring in there. Now this end part here actually screws out from what I believe. sure that part there screws out. Right, it does. Now this will be under spring pressure. Not a massive amount of spring pressure, but it will nevertheless be under spring pressure. I'm really getting bored with hurting my hands, so I'll just say it. Right, so there's no pressure on there. Nicely oily in there, plenty of oil on it, that's a good sign. That's the main spring. So the main spring is in 3 bits. That's possibly why it wouldn't cock. I've never seen that before, and I've stripped 1 or 2 air rifles down to flat section spring. That's probably still available, I don't know. But it must have been down on power with that being broken like that. Right, next, sure to get the piston out, which is that bit there. Which it has. Nice steel piston, and that is a phosphor bronze piston ring on the end of there. Beautifully. You just don't get stuff like this now. Now would have a modern one have an O-ring on there. So that's not in bad condition. Some bits, little bits broken off there. You can see up the whole there, you can see the sear on the trigger. That's the adjuster on the sight, that little screw there, and you just move that blade sight. So this is not looking too bad. There's nothing horrible, nothing that we can't repair. Right, there should be a spring and a plunger in there, which there is there. A little spring and a little plunger. And there's a seal in the back of there, breech seal. That feels quite nice, a rubber seal. If we knock this pin out, or these pins out, we'll be able to get the trigger apart. And then basically that's all the parts that will come off there. I might say about getting a little sonic tank to put this in to clean it, and then carefully some emery tape and possibly reblow it, get it reblowed with some sort of blowing agent. That's just a blanket cap in the rear of there. It's, like it says, do not remove. No need to remove it. Seeing that, I'll have to try and get it out, of course. Right, I'll find me little punches and we'll see if we can get the trigger and the trigger spring out. Since I tied it up in the garage, I can't really find a great lot, and I certainly can't find the pin punches. But a pop rivet nail normally does a pretty good job. They're quite hard. The pins aren't that tight. Right, so that's those two out. They both look the same. The trigger guard should, yep, it does come out. This is solid steel, quality stuff. It's none of your fantastic plastic. And I believe it's actually got a little leaf spring in there. You look down inside it. So we'll see if we can get that out. Once again, pop the root nail. Right. So that should release the trigger, which it does. It's definitely a little V-spring in there, and that sear should lift out, which it does, and that's in reasonable condition. It's not been failed or got at in any way. This is real quality stuff. It's very well put together, and a little V-spring. All nice stuff. I like it. And so now it all wants cleaning. Basically that's everything off there, so that's all one piece of steel. I'll try and get the back cap out just so I can clean inside it. But I'm not that bothered about it.